Hey everyone, it's Evan. I'm a Los Angeles-based actor as well as the co-host of MindMineTV and podcast. And I wanted to create this video because I launched recently an article, which is right there, about the mentality behind background acting. Now, there are many people that want to take on background acting for many different reasons. Some people want to do this because they want to make it a full-time gig. They want to make sure that not only are they active within the industry in some form or fashion, but that they are able to, of course, get paid for it as well, which definitely does help. Other people want to just do it just to test it out, see what acting is all about, see what film production or television production or commercial production is all about, and just be able to say, hey, look, I was on a set for something and it was pretty cool. The other kind of person would be the individual who is an actor, who is trying to pay their bills. They want to stay active in the industry that they want to be a part of, and so therefore they do some background acting to bring in a little bit of additional income, as well as to also get that experience on set, to get an understanding of the language being used, of the different roles on set, how people interact with one another, and just the overall process, so that way it better prepares them for whenever it's their turn, ideally, to be either a guest star, co-host, or supporting role or lead role, what have you. They want to make sure that they are as educated on the process as possible because, of course, if the more well-prepared you are, the more efficient and effective you are while on set, which means that you are a more hireable commodity to many of these productions, right? They look at you and go, you're efficient, you're effective, you're a good actor, you've got a good mindset, we want to work with you. You make this job easier. And that's ideally what they want. If you can make their job easier, they will definitely take it because let me tell you, production work overall, tons of grinding. It's very, very hard work. And so if you can just make it a little bit easier, they'll want to work with you, right? And so my article covers that thinking, as well as the thinking you want to avoid, which is this toxic mentality of me, 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 me. I need to get my face in front of the camera. I need to be seen. This is my moment. As a background actor, or really as any actor, but especially as a background actor, the film production isn't there for you. You're there for it. You're there to help create and nurture and foster something truly, hopefully memorable to the audience that's viewing it. People are going to be paying to see this. They're going to be paying to see it at home or in the theater. They're spending money and they're spending their time, which is also nowadays a huge resource, and investing it in what you're putting out there. And so it's about getting rid of this toxic mentality as a background actor where I need to be seen because this is my moment. Now, most of the time you are going to be blur number 3 on the left or on the right. And you've got to respect that. And it's not to downplay the work of background because honestly, there's a lot of power as a whole, as a collective when it comes to being part of background. Because background can help really, truly establish the time period of the world in which the story takes place. It can help emphasize mood. It can help with bringing the internal going-ons of the main character or of the main actor that we see in front of us. It helps emphasize those moments and helps bring out how they're feeling and thinking a lot of times, right? If a character, for instance, feels like the world is closing in on them, guess what the background's going to do? They're going to literally pick up pace and start closing in on the actor in some form or fashion. And so it's such a powerful tool to have background and to have good background. And what it means by being good background is to be on time, to be prepared, to listen, to ask questions that pertain to your role so that way you can do your role effectively rather than just saying, well, no one told me. There are many times where we can go, well, wait, I heard something because I was being perceptive. I was paying attention to what was going on. They said something about background. I should ask a question to verify so that I understand. Because again, I want to try to make their job easier and therefore they'll hopefully want to work with me as well or keep working with me on even if it's just this project or even on a future project. And so it's important to ask the questions when they are needed to make sure to listen and respect the other members of the production, but also to not have this toxic mentality of I need to be up front, I need the camera time. Now, there's one example that I mentioned on my article at evancharlesanderson.com where I break down that I was in this movie at the beginning of 2019. And there's this one section where there's a lot of action happening outside of this building. And the production team wanted to make sure to have people in the building come up to the windows to like peer out and go, what's going on? This is to help emphasize how big the action is, how much attention it's actually drawing, right? They had all these background actors line up against these windows. And toward the end of when they were setting up people, they brought in one other actress, one of the background actresses, and the PA says, hey, can you stand in front of this woman here or just alongside her here? And let's call this other background actress at the window already, Karen. And so she says, hey, can you stand in front of Karen? She goes, okay. So she goes ahead, stands there, and suddenly Karen turns to her, gives her the dirtiest look and says, excuse me, I was here first. This is my spot. You're taking away my FaceTime. I want to be seen. And, you know, props to this woman, this other woman who was like, you know what? Hey, the PA told me to stand here. I'm just doing what I was told. Very respectful, very to the point. And so Karen then goes, oh, well, then what we can do is, you know, for each take, we'll just keep switching places. That way we both get equal FaceTime. To which this woman then ignored her for the rest of the shoot. Pretty much every single other extra that overheard this conversation avoided her like the plague, avoided Karen like the plague. And also, I did see that the PA had overheard this conversation and thus never used this background actress for anything else if she had to pull other background for a specific scene. She made sure to avoid her. It's this toxic mentality that bleeds over and ruins everything else for you as an actor. The other thing is that it bleeds over into if you're lucky enough to get a supporting role or, you know, get a lead role or what have you, because now your mindset's not on the character and on bringing that character out from yourself and projecting it out to the audience to tell this story. But what you're doing is you're still so focused because you've trained yourself from the background acting that, oh, I need to be seen. Okay, is this a good angle? Is this a good angle? Okay, you can see me, right? That's not the point. That's not why you're there. You're there to create a character and tell a story. You're there to be in that moment. And so with that, you don't need that nagging in the back of your head going, oh, well, can I be seen? Am I getting enough camera time? That's not the point. They're paying you. You've already agreed to the payment. They've pulled you in. You're going to be seen. In some form or fashion, you will be seen. Trust in the crew. They will get you seen. But even then, it's about what you bring out as that character. You could be a lead role and you could get all that FaceTime, right? But you could be terrible at it because maybe you're not focused in on building up that character and telling that story. So people see you not connecting to the world and therefore they get disconnected to the film as a whole or to the commercial or the TV show. And thus now you can't find work. Was that FaceTime really worth it in the long term? No. And that's the thing. You as an actor are an independent business owner. You need to think long term, not just short term. So with that, you need to have some sort of healthy balance, right? Short term's not a bad thing, but you don't want it interfering with the long term. And honestly, at least for me, and I'm not speaking for everyone, but at least for me, I just want to work. As an actor, I want to work. I don't care if I am the lead. I don't care if I am some random person that comes up and goes, here you go, sir, and passes off papers. I'm working. I'm in that production and I'm doing the best that I can and I'm excited about it. Because for me, when I'm on a production, everything else melts away. Everything else does not matter. And it's, to me, such a therapeutic feeling. It's such an amazing feeling. And with the right mentality of, I'm here on time, I'm ready to work, let's see what we can do here. Let's make something happen. I'm going to pull a character out from within me, and I am going to be in that moment as that character. The cameras don't exist. The lights don't exist. You know, this grip here doing something does not exist. It's just that moment between myself and the audience. That's the biggest thing. Personally, for me, and my suggestion is for a healthier career, for a healthier you overall, to get rid of that stress of am I being seen and everything else, drop the toxic mentality. Don't be Karen. Don't be her in the article. Don't do it. Not worth it. And try to think long term. So now, if you liked what you've heard and you want more information and more elaboration, more examples, make sure to check out the article, evancharlesanderson.com. Go to the blog section. It is the top article there. Then from there, let me know what your thoughts are. If you have questions and so forth, or if you're looking for maybe some more examples or more tips and tricks, let me know. Contact me. You can hit me up on Twitter or Instagram, Evan C. Anderson. Otherwise, you can feel free to message me directly through the website at evancharlesanderson.com. Hey, take it easy, everyone. Have an awesome 2020, and I hope to see you soon.